White hats blow whistle on Great Reset social score software. A former intelligence official who goes by the name of Gideon is representing a group of IT professionals, aka white hat hackers, who have come forward to expose new banking and social tracking software being developed. The software is expected to come online after a financial reset and economic collapse. The software, called CSRQ-SM, contains various class categories for the world's population that greatly restrict freedom, capital, and private property, as well as enforce fines and vaccinations. The IT professionals reached out to Gideon to help disseminate the information. Gideon then contacted close associates, those he considered patriots, to help form a network to release it. Gideon says protecting his sources is his highest priority because without them doing this, none of this is possible. They are risking their lives. They are breaking their contracts and security clearances to get this information out. We have a short window of time before this thing turns the planet into a prison. We expect to get hit hard. They will escalate us from a low-level threat to a high one pretty quick. If people don't support us, we're finished. In December of 2021, a man with a background in high-level operations in the intelligence field was contacted by a trusted friend. This man shall be known as Gideon, and his friend shall not be named. The friend communicated to Gideon that they were in contact with IT professionals contracted by the governments of certain European nations to conduct stress tests on a new type of software being developed. These IT professionals are also known as white hat hackers. They had told Gideon's friends they were upset about what they were working on and wanted to blow the whistle on it. These IT professionals had all signed contracts and already had high-level clearances. For them to break their silence and break their agreements could in fact cost them their lives. From this point forward, Gideon, his friend, and the IT professionals carefully coordinated on how to release this information. They took steps to ensure all communication between all parties was encrypted. They took steps and planned on how to release the information most effectively through third parties they could trust. The information at hand was of grave concern for various reasons. It appeared to be software that would be used after a reset or complete overhaul of the worldwide financial system. It also contained extensive modules relating to social credit scoring and management of the population. The software itself is called CSRQ-SM. C stands for Common Class, S stands for Sovereign Class, R stands for Restricted Class, and Q stands for Quarantined Class. The SM stands for Social Management. The software is a back-end web-based suite that will be used to manage billions of people and their social credit profiles. It will also interface with the world's banks and integrate a new digital currency, likely to be called the USDR. The software is, in short, the operational software that will be used for the so-called financial reset. It combines two purposes: social credit and banking management. One thing I would say about this type of stuff is all these people in positions of power, they make plans. Like, they're making plans for us. Why don't we just make our own plans? Make a plan for we don't have to follow their plans. We can make our own plans, and maybe we'll make them follow our plans if you got big enough balls. Okay, I'll continue. The IT professionals communicated that the class system in place was disturbing to them. It showed that billions of people would be classed as Class C or common and receive extreme limitations on property and asset ownership. So these people have plans to make our fucking lives miserable. That's their plan. Maybe we'll make a plan for them. It showed they would be carefully monitored based on social behavior and fined and punished for misbehavior. The other classes were even more disturbing. Both Class R, or restricted, and Class Q, quarantined, were extremely restrictive in what they allowed. Anyone with these classifications would not be able to own between more than $250 to $500 in USDR at any time, or virtually any type of private property. Their free speech and movement was also severely restricted. The common, restricted, and quarantine classifications also require COVID vaccinations. Oh, so that's their plan. They want to give us a COVID vaccine without our consent, which is rape. To to receive. The common, restricted, and quarantine classifications also require COVID vaccinations to receive any kind of capital at all, including monthly stipend deposits. Fines and demerits are in place if vaccine booster shot schedules are not adhered to. Enforcement also appears to involve physical detainment. The S-class, or sovereign, is a limited classification that appears to only apply to a very small percentage of the world's population, far less than 1%. It offers unlimited funds, no restrictions on asset holdings or private property, freedom of movement, no sections for fines or limitations at all, no requirement at all for vaccination. Hence the term sovereign is used, which means one possessing or held to possess supreme political power, among other definitions, which we recommend you review here, as these definitions are extremely important. It was quickly apparent to the IT professionals who were hired to work on this software that it would be used worldwide and would apply to every person on Earth. The software contained millions, in fact billions, of human profiles of individuals. The IT professionals explored the system and managed to find themselves. They were classed as S, or sovereign, to their relief. Their friends, family, nearly all classed as C, or common, and various politicians and celebrities as well, virtually all of whom were classed S, or sovereign. Political dissidents and those they suspected may be troublesome to the system were also searched, and it was discovered many of them were classed as R, or restricted, or Q, or quarantined. This included millions of Trump voters. This would be a good way to split the United States in two, wouldn't it? The IT professionals also noticed a constant flow of capital into the sovereign class accounts. It appeared various assets were slowly being converted into the new currency, the USDR. What was alarming was the ratio of conversion was extremely high and favorable. If, for example, a bank wire of euros was sent into the system for 10,000, it was converted into 430,000 USDR. They also noted a lot of activity relating to the S-class accounts, suggesting certain select individuals already had access to the software, or at least a third party, such as an asset manager, was using it to transfer funds and wealth into the new currency. The account classifications had no activity at all. The other account classifications had no activity at all. The IT professionals, along with Gideon and others, all felt it was extremely unfair to see the sovereign class accounts filling up with assets with such a favorable conversion rate into the new currency, while no one else was or would apparently enjoy that opportunity. After a month of working on the software, in late 2021, and in consideration of what they had seen, they began to quietly reach out to trusted parties they knew. These trusted parties would share the same sentiment, that such a software was of grave concern. Eventually, all of this information was given to Gideon. From here, he made his own contacts in preparation for the release of this information. Hold on a sec. I gotta flip my sausages. Hey, what do you think of those babies, huh? Ooh. Sorry, I know it's irrelevant. Okay. Now I'm just gonna pop those babies back in the oven. See, I like to do two things at once. I'm cooking and I'm making a video. Okay, anyway. Back to the video. Various protocols were put in place by Gideon so that the information could survive what he called an initial censorship scan. Let me make this a little straighter here. He guided us and other outside parties to create brand new anonymous and social profiles and prepare secondary profiles in the event the others were deleted. We were also not to act without his direction and instruction, or perform any tasks that he did not pre-approve or authorize. These arrangements were then made in preparation for the release of this information in July of 2022 thus begun. Of the most noted and greatest importance was the fact the IT professionals were able to change the statuses of some profiles. This led them to begin exploring if this could be done to all profiles. They were able to change profile classes from C, R, and Q to S successfully. It appears this is the case due to their high-level clearances, operational authority over testing the software, and the fact they are already classed as S or sovereign themselves. They were also able to delete the old social media data and voting database data that appeared to be responsible for placing so many people in such unfavorable categories. Once deleted, they could easily move those individuals into the sovereign class, and the system did not issue an alert or alarm. See, so these people that control the world, they're making plans, and then we just have to do whatever they say, and we fit into their plan however they want us to, because we're not making our own plans. We're just sitting here letting them make all the decisions for our lives, and we're just sitting here doing nothing. We have to start making our own plans, and they're going to have to follow our rules, okay? That's our problem. We're not doing anything. We're just sitting back and talking instead of making some plans. I think everybody out there should group together and start making some plans. We can make our own plans. We don't have to follow their plans. If they want to talk to us, they can come talk to us, and we'll look at their plan and see if we like it. And they can hear our rules. We can act the same way they do. You know, we don't have to act like peasants. We can start barking orders at them. You better follow our rules, or you're going to be eating pig shit. You know, that's how they act. These people are just they're putting themselves in a place of authority, and you respect authority because you have a mind of a peasant. You need to change your peasant mind, okay? Start changing your mind to the mind of a ruler. Then you start making plans. The IT professionals are among hundreds of IT experts with high-level, classified, and specialized clearances who are working on the software. They've explained some of these individuals work remotely, while others convene in government offices in Brussels, Copenhagen, Paris, and London. There is also an office in Alexandria, Virginia. The IT professionals must adhere to strict security protocols, and information is tightly controlled. Despite these security limitations, they have been able to smuggle out key data, screenshots, some video of the software working, and other proofs. These were first delivered to Gideon's friend, and then to Gideon himself. These proofs are undisputable and provide clear evidence of the purpose and design of the software. The IT professionals have provided documentation that indicates the software's use was originally to be finalized in the year 2025, but that this timetable has been urgently changed and moved forward recently. The IT professionals describe various memos and internal emails which have pushed for quicker development and testing in anticipation of a rollout within 1 year or less. Other information obtained by Gideon indicates the software will only be used during an economic crisis or crash. It appears to have been designed to be used only during such a circumstance, largely due to the drastic changes it will implement to the financial system. These changes include: number 1, the complete elimination of all known nation-state currencies, all to be combined into one currency, the USDR, one world currency. Number 2, a drastic downsizing and adjustment to capital markets. Number 3, all commodities will be priced in USDR, one currency. Number 4, entirely new trading organizations are being set up to replace all stock markets and commodity markets. Number 5, extreme capital and asset limitations will be placed on Class C, R, and Q classifications within the system. Number 6, all private property ownership appears to be something that will be banned completely, except for sovereign class. Number 7, liquidations and asset seizures are common concepts found within the documentation reviewed by the IT professionals. Number 8, there has been documentation indicating a severe financial collapse will precede the deployment of this software. The nature of it seems to be of a depression-level scale, if not worse. The scenarios presented indicate hyperinflation, a worthless US dollar, mass protests, crime, power blackouts, internet outages, food shortages, and so on. These are but a few of the data points revealed. More will be revealed in future videos we post provided by Gideon. Our message is direct and simple, and it is shared by Gideon and the IT professionals. If freedom-loving individuals do not have their social credit profiles changed within the software before it comes online, they will be enslaved. I say you guys have to start making your own plans. Start grouping together, making connections, and instead of letting these other people, these rich people, make plans for you, and how you're going to fit into their system, you're going to have to start creating your own systems. I think we should create our own new money. The new money should just be gold and silver. That, forget the digital stuff, because they can remotely interfere with your money. So the new money is gold and silver. That's our plan. So get your gold and silver. And when you want to trade with somebody, give them some silver for it and just figure out what it's worth. We have seen the back end. We have seen how all classes have been selected. This is the sense of urgency we have. The system will go online at some point between 6 months from now and no later than 2024. This means we have limited time to act. Gideon chose Bill Sweet to handle certain aspects of how to bring this online, and Dark Days 20 to send and receive ciphers and encrypted comms. There are other individuals involved who will not be named at this time. Bill's website, OccupumLabs.com, is going to be used to bring individuals in so we can choose the best people to have their profiles changed. That website's already down. Changing profiles cannot be done on a mass scale. They have to be changed one by one and carefully. This is not the way to do it. We can't. It's like they want to work within the system, right? We're gonna have to create our own stuff, but you guys have to start using your minds and stop thinking like slaves. Changing profiles cannot be done on a mass scale. They have to be changed one by one and carefully. This means we will need to set up a step-by-step system to bring people in and choose who will be prioritized. We set up a Telegram, and we think for now this is the best way to join up with us at this point. The IT professionals are risking their lives to help us. They do not want any kind of compensation or donations, in part because they already enjoy sovereign status. Yeah, they're good, so they don't care anymore. They have asked we perform and act only with the expressed permission of Gideon in terms of any kind of decision making, and take extra care to utilize smart, safe, secure security practices while online. The simple website may be changed or deleted and moved to a new server at any time. Gideon said we will need to act quickly to attempts to disable our sites and social media, so we are ready to do so at a moment's notice. Everything you need to join is listed below. It's best to visit all links and bookmark them, in case one or some of them are removed or censored. Okay, intel drops from Gideon. Gideon's video interview, part 1. Financial reset exposed. Okay, that's the end of the video, guys. So the only thing I can think of is you have to start thinking like the people who rule this world. The people who rule this world, they make plans. They plan things out years in advance, and then they all work together towards their plan. So all of you have to start thinking like the rulers of this world. You have to start making. Don't just get together, coordinate together, and start making your own plans for. You don't have to control the whole world. Just take over your own little area, and make your own plans. Okay, guys. Ciao for now.